Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Daily News, Everyday News, Breaking News on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all our social media platforms: Instagram, Prince Miller Entertainment; Facebook, or Prince Miller Entertainment; Facebook group, it's a Prince Miller Entertainment TV. We are also available on our Twitter handle, which is at P Miller ENT. Today is the 18th of November 2021. And so ZANU-PF's Zimba South legislator and businessman Philip Chiyangwa is challenging the compulsory accusation of his land in Warren Park, Harare, where the state wants to set up a museum for African liberation. This is contained in a High Court chamber application where Chiyangwa is challenging the seizure of land, which measures about 5.5 hectares. Chiyangwa, the executive chairman of Kilima Investments, the company that owns the property, is accusing the government of pulling out of talks to buy the land, opting instead to grab it, and wants the court to issue an order declaring the attempt null and void, unconstitutional, and having no justification in an open and democratic society. The land in contention is stand number 9297 Warren Park Township of Warren Park, where the government is setting up a museum to chronicle Africa's liberations. In August, President Emerson Mnangagwa invited 16 countries to participate in the construction of the museum during the official launch of the first phase of the project. Chiyangwa said the government was trying to avoid paying for the land by resorting to compulsory accusation despite making a move to negotiate payment terms earlier. It is apparent to the applicant that the respondent is set to forcibly proceed and grab appropriate applicant's property. Applicants contends that the respondent's conduct is manifestly unconstitutional, wrongful, and prejudicial to the applicant's rights and interest of the following reasons. Chiyangwa said in his founding affidavit filed on November 12 through his lawyers Mutamangira and Associates, the respondent's conduct is wholly arbitrary, unconstitutional, and there's no place for justification in an open and democratic society. Lands and Agriculture Minister Anxious Masuka, who started as the respondent, said in the government gazette that he was compulsorily acquiring the land on behalf of the president. Ironically, Chiyangwa heads up a ZANU-PF campaign to raise $140 million for Mnangagwa's 2023 re-election campaign. He heads a fundraising committee made up of late Genius Jinimbi Kadungire, his ex-wife Zodwa Mkandla, Evaristo Mundikwa, Code Scott Sakupkanya, Tafadzwa Musarara, and Attorney Pote. Chiyangwa said he was given the land by Harare City Council as restitution for properties the city had grabbed from him. The settlements were agreed and registered before the High Court in 2015. In his affidavit, Chiyangwa said the head of the Institute of African Knowledge Secretariat behind the construction of the museum, Kwame Muzawazi, expressed interest in the property. The said Ambassador Muzawazi advised the applicant's managing director, Brian Chiyangwa, of an intention on the part of the Institute of African Knowledge to make an offer for the purchase of applicant's entire property. Chiyangwa said Ambassador Muzawazi advised the applicant that the Institute of African Knowledge is a government department in the office of the President and Cabinet with the responsibility of constructing a museum for the history of African liberation. However, nothing out of the offer, but that did not stop government from recently engaging the applicants in negotiations for the acquisition of the land. The negotiations have not yet been finalized in producing an agreement, and the parties have agreed on an acceptable offer being tabled by the government. It is shocking that in an open, free and fair democratic society, the government now seeks to renegade on negotiations and instead now seeks to emasculate the applicant to part with his property through forcible means by arbitrary application of the law. Chiyangwa said he was served with a notice to compulsorily acquire the property on November 3, 2021. On November 3, 2021, the applicant, through its legal practitioners of record, communicated its objection to proposed compulsory acquisition of the property. The respondent has not made any communication to the applicant indicating any change of position, notwithstanding the details of objection to compulsory acquisition of the applicant's property. The businessman planned to construct a world-class shopping complex at the site, which he says will include supermarkets, fuel service station, clothing shops, and all types of complementary infrastructure. To date, the applicant has invested more than $10 million, and the applicant's complex nears completion that would have been due to use and access to the public before the end of the year 2021. He said the matter is said to be heard while Masuka is to file opposing papers. So guys, that's the latest here regarding to that space ilikuwa kwa African Liberation Museum and ilikuwa rempark ye iri mugomo ye ndikunzizwa ninde ya Chiyangwa, and Chiyangwa now sues the government on that land. He's saying kuti the government yada kunipa mari, they were actually negotiating kuti paite a settlement. So the government now wants to take it forcibly pasina kana any compensation yanokwanisa kupuwa. Yes, so we'll keep you guys informed practically any new information, because nyaya iri kukoti he filed the papers recently, so which means the Minister of Lands and Agriculture, Anxious Masuka, still need to file the opposing papers regarding to that applicant Yoyo, because he's the first respondent in this whole issue. So we come back here practically any new information here on Daily News, on Breaking News, on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. I mean, Inangwa, I really don't feel sorry for him, because he had to feel how it feels property yako personal center nobuda. I mean, he's worried about 5.5 hectares. The man owns like half of Harare, so 5.5 hectares for Harare is actually nothing, because he owns a lot of land in Harare. So I think he's just trying to a bit of something, kuchoti akwaza kungokava omari inangu ndo mwana wangu, because I don't think kuti nyaya land, because the man owns a lot of properties and lands in Harare. And so this is Daily News, everyday news on Breaking News. We come back here again for any new information, and he's the same guy who is raising money for ED's campaign at 2022. And remember, next year the man is gonna be doing all those rallies across Zimbabwe, and it's gonna cost money. And so he's the person who's actually doing the fundraising for a ZANU-PF campaign in my elections at 2023. So one knows Ziwana, but at the end of the day, business is business. And so tell in the comment section. This is Daily News, everyday news, breaking news on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Tell in the comment section. Remember to turn on the notification bell so that you won't miss any of our new uploads. We upload here each and every day, each and every hour. And bless up.